They beat the Phoenix Suns, and now they'll take on the unbeaten Denver Nuggets at Staples Center in Game 2 of our double dip at 10:45 Eastern. Mark?
All right, thank you, Ernie. As Kyrie Irving is able to hit the baseline jumper, so Kyrie now 5 of 11. He has 13 points, and it's a 3-point lead for Oklahoma City. Westbrook trying to get it to the cutting Adams.
Kyrie just got his groove back the last play, dribbling and posting up. Let's see how that influences his game the rest of the way.
Smart play by Abrinas. Shot clock to 7. Call for lookout. Tatum went down, and he was fouled by Westbrook. Or Grant, let's see. Grant raising his hand. Well, he tried to convince the officials. It is number 5 on Westbrook.
Grant tried to fool the refs like he had us fooled, but well, that's what the paint is for, banging, and sometimes you get caught with your hand in a cookie jar, or what assumes to be that way. That wasn't a foul, but that's what Tatum is supposed to do. Make a hard cut, getting the vision for Horford. He did that. 2 free throws for him at the line.
6 for 6 at the line. But Tatum with 24 points, and it's a 1-point game with 2.5 remaining. Oklahoma City is led by as many as 16, leading most of the way. Boston turning it in the third as they began hitting 3-point shots. Took a 2-point lead. Here's Westbrook from straight away. And it's collared by Irving.
That's how you have to rebound. Guards have to help with Adams in. It's interesting that Schroeder isn't on the floor. That would add more scoring, but because he's not a shooter, they do not want him in. They want Abrinas to space the floor so Westbrook can have more room to operate.
Westbrook came up short, and Irving able to chase it down. Westbrook just 5 for 18 from the field, only 13 points. He does have 13 rebounds and 8 assists. Irving putting moves on Abrinas in a crowd. Gets it to Tatum. Shot clock to 7. Tatum driving on Grant. Tatum thought he was fouled.
That's what Grant can do. He's as athletic as anybody on the floor at any time.
Westbrook had a notion to go for 3. Got it down low to Adams. Smart felt he was fouled by Westbrook.
What a pass to Adams. Off of that spin, he just hit Adams with the left hand chest pass on the move. So much has been made, and it's so funny about Westbrook being one of the most, I don't know, liked, disliked, whatever, because of his style of play. But I tell you what, as a player, I don't know any ex-players that don't want to be on the floor with him.
Irving was called for that foul. That ends an 8-0 run as Adams is able to hit the free throw. This January, don't miss TNT's new limited series, I Am the Night, inspired by the true story behind Hollywood's most notorious unsolved murder and starring Chris Pine. I Am the Night premieres this January on TNT.
And Kyrie is saying, I am the closer. You've seen what I've done with LeBron in the finals. Look for Kyrie and Tatum to give us a steady dose of offense.
Tatum not able to hit one back rim, but Irving keeps it alive. 2-point lead for the Thunder as we come up on a minute remaining in the fourth. Here's Irving driving on Abrinas, and he's tied the game at 95.
That scoop is so necessary, but so disrespectful at the same time. Laying it up one hand so easy. Kyrie Irving.
Westbrook for 3. One of those nights for Russell Westbrook. 5 for 19 from the field. 35 seconds remaining in regulation, and a timeout has been called. Oklahoma City and Boston all tied up 95.
Getting over pick and rolls, fighting and getting him back. Good eye tandem, okay? Keep guarding right now. Hey, stops and rebounds, stops and rebounds. We need to keep playing with that pace. Keep playing with even unmade baskets. That was good.
That was the State Farm audio assist. Boston in possession, tie ball game. Morris fires and hits from downtown. Oklahoma City calls for time. Their final timeout. Boston has one left with 27.9 remaining. The Thunder in possession after using their final timeout. 27 seconds to go. Here's Westbrook. Rebound, Morris. What a performance at both ends from Marcus Morris, who has been playing despite the fact that he's not 100% because he's had problems with knee tendonitis, which occurred last season. Nearly sat out the previous game against Orlando, but he just hit that big three a moment ago. He has 20 points and 10 rebounds, 18 points in the second half, including 4 3-pointers. And Morris back to the line. We'll check back with Ernie Johnson. Ernie.
Yeah, Marv, I'll keep it quick. LeBron and the Lakers taking on the unbeaten Denver Nuggets next here on TNT. If this game in OKC goes to overtime, we would start that game on NBA TV. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Ernie. So the Celtics have extended to a 4-point lead, Chris, which represents their biggest lead of the night. They've come from 16 back here at Oklahoma City.
And Patrick Patterson was probably subbed in this game a little bit too late. He's the one that helped them get the lead by spreading the floor. No shooters on OKC. You can't afford to get down late.
Here's George for 3. Rebounded by Westbrook. Gets it. Oh, it's through the hands of Adams. And let's see. It'll be Boston ball.
As I said before, in the middle of the fourth quarter, players on the Celtics started to feel when they came back that if we tie the game, we will win, because OKC cannot sustain being this potent on the offensive end all game. It's a numbers game. And so this does not surprise me now after seeing the middle of the fourth, the late starters put late back in, that it's tough for them to come back and get this win.
Celtics with a 14-1 run after trailing by 9. Remember, they were 0 for 11 from 3-point range in the first half. They come back, hit 9 of 14. It was Al Horford with a 3 straight that really turned things around in that third quarter when they went 9 for 14. A couple of big threes here in the fourth. Marcus Morris coming off the bench. Played 29 minutes, 5 for 10 from the field, 21 points, 10 rebounds. He's been hitting his free throws, 7 of 8 at the line. On the other hand, Russell Westbrook has had a long night, just 5 for 20 shooting.
Looked like the ball changed direction off the left index finger of Adams. I'm not sure. That's a tough job by the ref.
They're checking it out on replay.
OKC, it's Boston's ball. OKC, it is off of his finger. OKC will go and look at tape tomorrow and see the letdown in the third quarter offensively. Everyone, from the coach to the players, and they'll have to readdress that again. They're going to have to learn to play different.
12 seconds remaining, and Boston will use its final timeout. Celtics by 4. Back in a moment.
Game break. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. We are going to start game 2 of our doubleheader on NBA TV. Niko Jokic, 23, 11, and 7 to lead the Nuggets as we go back for the final 10.5 at the peak.
And Al Horford on the inbounds is fouled. He'll shoot 2, making his first appearance at the line. Adams reaching in to stop the clock.
His team for OKC, they're going to have to, at all times, have either George on the floor or Westbrook. If you look at the great teams, Golden State has the luxury to have 2 All-Stars on at the same time. This team doesn't have that. They're going to have one. Third quarter into the fourth quarter, allowing the Celtics to come back, not implementing your starters in, was a bad movie that we were starting to watch because you knew those guys couldn't score at the end.
So final seconds, Celtics for the second straight season win here at Oklahoma City. They go to 3-2, bouncing back from the home opening loss to Sacramento. They end up shooting 38%, which they will take. The Thunder now 0-4, their worst start since the franchise moved from Seattle to Oklahoma City.